Okay, let's dive into a story about a legendary team. I mean, a team that had everything you could possibly want for a championship run, and they still fell short. It's a story that, honestly, reveals a powerful secret not just about sports, but about achieving, well, anything you really care about.
So picture this. It's 1986, and the Los Angeles Lakers are an absolute powerhouse, just stacked with Hall of Fame talent. They explode out of the gate, starting the season with an incredible 29-5 record. Everyone, including their own coach, the legendary Pat Riley, thought they were just destined for greatness.
But then, the unthinkable happened. They stumbled in the playoffs. All that talent, all that promise, it ended in a shocking defeat in the Western Conference Finals. The so-called best team in history wasn't even playing for the title. Wild.
This stunning failure forced Coach Riley to confront a really hard truth, one we all have to face sometimes. Potential means absolutely nothing if you don't have a system to unlock it consistently.
He was just done with the inconsistency. He knew he had the talent, but he needed a way to make sure his team was bringing their A game, not just on a good night, but every single night. He needed a system.
So, in the summer of '86, he did something pretty radical. He created this innovative program designed to track and improve total effort. He called it the Career Best Effort Program, or CBE for short.
And the idea behind it was simple, but honestly, it was genius. What if every single player on the team just got 1% better over the course of the season? It wasn't about these massive, heroic leaps. It was all about small, consistent, daily gains.
So how did it actually work? Well, first, Riley's system tallied up all the positive stuff a player did. And yeah, of course, this included the big stats like points and rebounds, but it also rewarded those crucial hustle plays, what he called the unsung hero deeds, like diving for a loose ball.
After adding up all those positives, he would then subtract the single biggest negative in basketball: turnovers. Super simple, clean, and direct. Now here's the magic. This whole formula took a player's entire performance and boiled it down to a single objective number. By combining all the good stuff and subtracting the bad stuff, you get a clear, simple score for that player's total effort in a game.
And this is what really shows the standard of excellence they were chasing. I mean, a solid player might score in the 600s. An elite, all-star player, they'd top 800. And then there was Magic Johnson, who would frequently score over 1,000, setting this unbelievably high bar for what best effort truly meant.
And the results? They were immediate, and they were dramatic. Just 8 months after rolling out the CBE program, the Lakers were NBA champions. The next year, they did it again, becoming the first team in 2 decades to win back-to-back titles. The system? Well, the system worked.
Okay, so it's a great sports story, right? But let's zoom out, because this whole thing builds into a powerful, universal principle. This isn't really about basketball at all, is it? See, the Lakers' success wasn't magic, and it wasn't just raw talent. It was the direct result of systematic reflection and review. They figured out how to measure what mattered, and that allowed them to manage it and ultimately improve it. Without some kind of review system, it's so easy to get your perspective all wrong. You can get way too close, obsessing over every single daily choice. It's like putting your face an inch from the mirror. All you can see are tiny little imperfections, and you completely lose the bigger picture. But, on the other hand, you can be too far away. Never reviewing your progress is like never looking in a mirror at all. You could be walking around all day with something stuck in your teeth and have absolutely no idea, completely unaware of these obvious, easily fixable flaws. The key is finding that sweet spot. That's what periodic, structured review is all about. It's like looking in the mirror from a normal conversational distance. You see what's important, you can make meaningful adjustments, but you aren't obsessing over the tiny stuff that doesn't matter. You get perspective. And hey, it's not just legendary basketball teams. When you start to look for it, you find the top performers across every single field use some form of systematic review to constantly fine-tune their craft.
Eliud Kipchoge, who is arguably the greatest marathoner ever, literally jots down notes after every single training session. The swimmer Katie Ledecky tracks everything from her nutrition to her competitors' times. Comedian Chris Rock tests jokes with a notepad in hand, tracking what works and what bombs. The pattern is undeniable. Measure, reflect, adjust.
Now, what's really cool about this is how you can apply this exact same superpower to your own life. And you don't need some complex, crazy system. All you need is a simple 2-part framework. You can create your own powerful review system with 2 pretty simple reports. At the end of the year, you do what's called an annual review to look at your progress. And then in the middle of the year, you do an integrity report to check in on your values.
Your annual review is just a chance to take stock of what happened. It's so straightforward. You just ask yourself 3 questions. What went well this year? What didn't go so well? And what did I learn from all of it? And the integrity report, that one is about reconnecting with your identity. It's a check-in to make sure your actions are actually lining up with the person you want to be. And again, just 3 simple questions to guide your reflection.
Look, this whole process only takes a few hours a year total, but it's so crucial. These little moments of structured reflection are what prevent that slow, gradual slide that happens when we're just not paying close enough attention to where we're heading.
So the big takeaway here is this. Talent is just the starting point. Potential is pretty much meaningless without a process. It's the simple, consistent act of review that turns those flashes of brilliance into sustained, championship-level achievement. Your habits are building your future, day by day. The only question is, are you stopping to check the blueprints?